And I was just absolutely terrified sleeping in this house alone. And all I had to do was just barricade myself in the bedroom, literally put a dresser in front of the door. And I just thought as I was lying there, if I had a gun by the night table, at least if these crazy drug addicts, bad guys came back, I have a chance to defend myself against them. And so then I decided to get a gun and found out very quickly that getting a gun in D.C. is one of the hardest things you can do. And
it expired in 2004, so we have 10 years of experience of what that ban did. And frankly, a University of Pennsylvania study that looked comprehensively at all of that said that while there was some slight decrease in the use of assault weapons, it did nothing for overall gun violence. Assault weapons, semi-automatics, are used in between 2 and 8% of crimes. And it said the gun ban did nothing to reduce the overall level of gun violence in this country. Look, I mean, this is a very tragic situation.
Show in Indiana, where right now they don't have to do a background check. Load up a van and open up that van and sell them to kids and gangs in Chicago.
Not only did I try to weasel through the gun show loophole, I specifically went to the one in Crown Point, Indiana that Barack Obama went out of his way to vilify.
Well, I was told that I could go to a gun show and there would be no background check. So there would need to be a background check? That's a problem. I was told by the president that I could go here.
You believe him?
That's a felony and 20 years, and I'm not going to mess with it.
Qualifications, yeah. Like what they have to have. I think mental health is a huge part of it. I think if there is any kind of gun control, it's got to be stronger mental health evaluations on people who want to purchase guns. Because I think that's the biggest problem, is that the guns are getting in the hands of people who are not mentally stable enough to handle them responsibly. So that would be my suggestion.
Why do you think the government is focusing on more of rifles and pistols when the pistols are involved in more crimes?
That's a good point. I think a lot of it has to do with the mass shootings that have occurred, and I think that's what makes the news, that's what people talk about, that's the things that people get scared about. And I think people are calling for that type of reform because that's what you see. I know that the handgun crime we've seen forever, and as bad as it sounds to say, it's almost become like the norm to have handgun crime, but the rifle stuff I think is shocking to a lot of people because it's there was another one yesterday at that market in France. Like, I think the rifles are the ones that bother people the most. I think you also associate it with the military more than having civilians having them. So,
if we were to get rid of gun-free zones, what is your opinion on
gun-free zones are interesting because I don't know how to answer this. So, if you don't allow any guns at all, I don't know if that solves the problem because, there could be dangerous people with guns that go there anyway. I don't think the sign necessarily stops anybody. Honestly, I don't know. That's something I think about a lot because I know like schools are supposed to be no gun zones, and yet we have armed security. I just don't know how much of an impact that really makes to call something a gun-free zone.
I think if we can do some good scientific studies, figure out the real social issues that are happening here, like that'd be great.
I mean, I feel like the social issue is like you said, mental health. Like, I feel like there should be a lot more checking mental health than just like, do you have any criminal records?
Yeah, the trick with that though, what's the scale of like, how do you, like, it's so hard to like classify on a mental health scale of like, can you have ADHD and then still purchase a firearm? Can you have depression and still purchase a firearm? Can you be schizophrenic and then no? Like, that's where we draw the line?
I mean, obviously depression, I feel like no, but it's also, you're also I guess, taking away the right for them to self-defense.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's also where it's like kind of hard with gun control, is because like you want, like, especially if you have a family, you want to keep them safe.
I hear a window break. So there's a person coming in who's going to do harm to my family. So I'm going to then go over, unlock, like my gun safe, be able to get my firearm. Then I'm going to be able to figure out where the ammo is, because you should never store ammo you should never store a loaded weapon. So then I have to load my weapon. Then I'm going to turn on my lights, go downstairs, find the burglar, and then I'm going to... what?